What's up, weirdos? What's going on, guys? How the heck are you today? What's happening? All right, let's get the Bitcoin chart up on the screen. What is happening with Bitcoin, huh? What is happening with Bitcoin? My goodness. A little bit of a correction here, guys. Now listen, I alluded to this over on the Patreon this morning, guys. Do not be surprised at all to see one last little scare before we start to move, okay? Don't be surprised by it. Be ready for it. Have your dry powder on the side. Work some overtime. Whatever's you got to do, man. You could see a little bit of a scare before we go up. Remember that. It's not mandatory, but it's possible. And I want you to be ready for it. I want you to have dry powder on the side so you can take advantage of any opportunity that may present itself. Be ready, guys. Stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get into the super chats. What do we have? JD Beats, my guy, my dude. What's up, man? Appreciate you, sir. Pith and W. Let's go. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. For some reason, I think, I think that StreamYard changed my stuff around here. Yeah, it changed around the look of the bubbles and stuff like that. Here, I gotta change these back. I gotta change these back, my friends. There we go. Perfect. That's how we want it. That's how we want it. Okay. Big Kev, what's happening, brother? Good morning. Life and markets has its ups and downs. It is what you do during those times that map out your future. Choose wisely. Exactly, guys. Listen, everybody gets emotional. Everybody gets that way. It's how you conduct yourself that defines your success or failure when it comes to crypto. So be ready, guys. Be ready so you ain't got to get ready, like I always say. Okay, we are through the super chats. Oh, Ramona dropping that cheddar. Happy Friday. Hit the like and subscribe. Absolutely, Ramona, 100%. Good to see you made it. Good to see you made it. I wasn't sure if I'd see a lot of you guys because I was about 15 minutes late. I was finishing up a run on the treadmill, so. All right, let's get into the chat a little bit. Julio, what's up, buddy? God bless you too, my friend. Alfredo, what's going on, my guy? William, good to see you, brother. Shannon, what's up, man? Good to see you. Ty's in the house. H. Barbarina's in the house. What's going on, my guy? Jake the Snake reposted the stream over on X. Thank you so much, my dude. I appreciate you. David, fire sale. I'm buying. Let's get it. But I'm all out of water. Hey, no problem, man. Just nothing wrong with just sitting on your hands, right? There's nothing wrong with just sitting on your hands. Just remember, things are about to get very, very good for you, my friend, okay? Motivation Daily says, the last shakeout before the breakout, altcoin season index at 59. Have a great weekend, Rob, and Crypto Fam. As always, guys, like, subscribe, and join the Patreon. Absolutely, 100%. Quinn, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. Ray, I see you, my dude. What's happening? What do we got, guys? Make sure you're liking and subscribe on the way in. It's absolutely free. We got 165 people watching. We got 37 likes. Guys, smash the like button, not the gonads, right? It's like walking up. If you're here, if you're watching, if you're enjoying the content, if you're learning something new, if you're getting that dose of bullishness, at least hit the like button, right? Chappie, what's up, man? Why are the market makers going after a few million in longs and not 20 billion in shorts? Well, I mean, let's have a look, right? Let's have a look. Maybe they want the shorts to pile up even more. It depends on what time frame you're looking at, right? I mean, the shorts definitely have it, but I mean, on the long side, if we do see a little bit of a flush out to around 105, I don't think we'll go quite down that far. But if we did, $1.2 billion in longs would be liquidated. A quick break above 114.4 would bring us almost $3 billion in shorts. But if we go to the higher time frames, look at those shorts piling up, guys. Wow, that's what I'm saying. Don't surprise to see a little bit of a dip followed by a massive move to the upside would not shock me. If we shoot back up to $118,000, $11.63 billion worth of shorts will get liquidated. They've accumulated that much over the week and over the month. Look at that, guys. Look at that. We go into new all-time high. Well, I mean, close to 24. Let's say 124,700 gets you $18.44 billion liquidated. That is a monstrous short squeeze, guys, right? Don't be surprised, guys. Don't be shocked. See a little bit of a dip, and then bloop, we just start liquidating all these short positions. Don't be surprised at all. Yo, Perez, what's happening? How's sentiment today? You choose this life. There you go, Strawberry Dragon in the house. Mario, what's up, fam? I want to say God is good. Rob, we all appreciate your time, and this is our time, absolutely, for our family and our community. Let's freaking go. It's a great day to have a great day, my friends. Absolutely. Chappie, thanks for looking. Hey, no problem, brother. I always got your back. You know that. You know that, man. I always got your back. Ditto's in the house. What's happening, man? Good to see you. Lord of the Realm. Polka Starter making moves now, Rob. Nice, Sandy. Nice. Rick, good morning, my friend. Gusta. Hey, Rob, thank you for all you do for us. Could you please do TA on Boo? A game project on Solana. I will this time, but normally altcoin requests are in the goals tab at the top of the chat. Boo. I don't even know. Is it even listed on here? No, I don't even have it on KuCoin. Let me go check charts on TradingView. Boo World? I mean, looks like you've found your bottom anyways. You definitely found your bottom from the looks of it. If you were thinking about accumulating, it'd probably be the best time to do it. I don't think you're going much lower than you are right now. So this is a gaming project. It is $693,000 market cap, man. This is extremely high risk, high reward, right? Play to earn game ecosystem combines meme coin culture. 3 cents was the high. The only place you can buy it is on Radium. I don't know, man. For me, it'd probably be a pass, but I mean, if you want to accumulate more, it looks like it's at its bottom. That's for sure. There she is. Gamma Goddess in the house. Let's get this money. Absolutely. Hey there, Pencil Next. Just got home. Just got some jazz meat under 1 cent 5. Not broke, just pretty rich. There you go. Surf Armory in the house. Mary, missed my flight to Algeria, but I'm here. Oh, I'm sorry you missed your flight. Hopefully they can rebook you for later today, maybe. Richard, good morning. Rob, Pith was the first coin I bought. Started watching you in January. Feeling great. There you go. Nice, man. My guy. I love to hear it, man. I love to hear the wins. WTF, what's up? I wonder what's going on with the catalysts that going to tag eat this market going. Tog eat? What? Wonder what's going to be the what's going to be the catalyst to keep the market going. I mean, we're lined up, man. Listen, everything is lined up in terms of catalysts. We have all the news that we need for this market to go. We're waiting for the total two to break out. We're waiting for the Bitcoin dominance to snap to the downside. We are on the edge, just looking for that little push, little gust of wind, man. It's coming. Crypto J505, hey Rob, when does September coaching call list get released? Probably within the next day or two. Dave, what's going on, man? Morning, Mike. What's up, Mike? Crypto JPEG, yeah, but oh, he's got the yeah buts. Rob said I'd be rich by now. Buying all the dips I can afford. Dry powder, there you go. It's on E, yes. Angelo, I've been stacking on Swift, but it keeps going down. Hey, yeah, sometimes it feels that way, man. Oh, house, last big shakeout. Don't be scared. Rob's got us. I'm thinking this trend goes through all of September. September accumulate. Hey, I will spend my time accumulating for sure, man. Ethan, good morning. What's going on, buddy? If we hit the altcoin season later than expected, will this actually help Jasmy's price action with product launch? Potentially, if altcoin season lasts longer, it gets pushed back, it does buy Jasmy time to gain some momentum, theoretically. Charmander, what's going on, buddy? Been hiding in the weeds. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Good to see you. JME, what's going on? Have I been blocked? I can't see any of the chats. No, you have not been blocked. You have absolutely not been blocked. There's nobody blocked over there. Sometimes you just got to reset the app. Sometimes it has a glitch, but no, Jamie, nothing has happened that I'm aware of. Unless you did something or said something inappropriate and got muted for 24 hours, which I doubt you did. So it's probably just a glitch, man. Probably just a glitch. All right, let's get into the news. We're all caught up in the chat. I don't know. I'll ask them. I don't know. Maybe you got muted. I don't know. No, I haven't heard anything about anyone getting muted, though. So it's probably just a glitch, man. Probably just a glitch, brother. All right, let's get into the news just a wee bit here, see what's going on. Okay, so quick shout out as always to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet, not your keys, not your coins, guys. Use our link down below. Get yourself a fantastic 2-for-1 deal. You're going to need them, guys. Going into this bear market, no matter what, you are going to need to hold your crypto safe. It is not a good idea to hold your crypto on exchanges for 3 or 4 years. Keep it in your own self-custody. Exchanges can go insolvent. They have custody of your crypto. It's their crypto at that point. If they go bankrupt or anything like that, you are the last one to get your money back. So keep your crypto safe. Keep it in your own self-custody. You can even stake and gain your APY on here as well. So have at her, guys. Have at her. All right, let's get into some of the news. What's going on around the markets today? Crypto waiting room ahead of market top in Q1 2026. Raoul Paul. The cryptocurrency market may be in the waiting room ahead of the next phase of the price discovery stage. In a development that may see institutional capital extend the historic 4-year cycle, according to industry watchers, the crypto market, as the crypto market is awaiting the next catalyst, the slow business cycles, liquidity dynamics may extend the traditional 4-year cycle into the first or second quarter of 2026, according to Raoul Paul, founder and CEO of Global Macro Investor. Now, remember, guys, I'm not reading you my opinion. I'm reading you Raoul Paul's opinion. So please don't ask me later. But you said in the live stream it was going into Q. I'm reading an article. You know the difference. Many key parts of the crypto ecosystem are in the waiting room, ready to launch, wrote the popular analyst in the Friday X post, adding, quote, "Our work suggests that the cycle extends into Q1 of 2026 and possibly Q2 of 2026 due to slow business cycle forcing liquidity for longer." People need to learn patience. The path is clear, but never ever expect tick for tick perfection, he explained. And I would agree with Raoul Paul's sentiment there. People need to learn patience. There are way too many people that expect the market to do what they want it to do when they want it to do it, right? They never want to just sit back, put their feet up, and wait. Because that's really all you have to do. All you have to do to become wealthy in this space is wait. And some people even complain about that. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to spend 8 years getting educated. You don't have to, do anything. You don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to do anything. You just got to wait. And even that is too much for this instant gratification generation world that we live in, right? It's crazy. Whatever happened to Meta Hero? Good question. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard about Meta Hero in years. Meta Hero. Yeah, it just flatlined, eh? Holy smokes. Well, I guess it didn't flatline. It peaked last bull run. Yeah, wow. It just flatlined. Holy smokes. Anyway, back to the article. Raoul Paul's tweet says, let's talk about the crypto waiting room. Many key parts of the crypto ecosystem are in the waiting room, ready to launch. Let's look at a few. You will have yours too. You'll have yours too. There you go. So these are the waiting rooms on the chart. Absolutely fantastic. Raoul's framing of crypto being in the waiting room resonates with how markets are behaving right now. According to Emmanuel Cardozo, market analyst at real-world asset tokenization platform Bricken, the recent pullback came not from on-chain dynamics, but from political tensions between President Trump and the Federal Reserve, the analyst told Cointelegraph. Yeah, it's always funny to me when you see something like that, right? So you get charting people like myself or Caesar or someone else, and we're reading the chart, and the chart says that we should go up, right? So we say we're probably going to go up. And then President Trump and Jerome Powell get into a tiff. They dump the markets on some political macroeconomic stuff. And then people come back at the people like me and Caesar who read the charts and say, well, you said this. You're right. I'm sorry. I should have picked up my phone, called President Trump and said, hey, bro, can you not crash the markets for me today? Come on, man. Right? Been waiting for 4 years now. Guess we could wait a little longer, but by now I would have graduated. There you go. Fair enough. He was wrong in the banana zone, calling the banana zone Q4, Q1. Only one who, who's been spot on. I agree with you that Raoul has been completely inaccurate. I would disagree with you that Ben Cowan has been accurate, though. Right? I would disagree wholeheartedly with that. I don't think Bitcoin maxis even know what they're talking about most of the time, right? So Raoul Paul basically telling you guys, we are in the crypto waiting room, and he's not wrong, right? People need to learn patience. If you cannot develop patience, you should just leave crypto. You should just leave, right? If you are going to get high and mighty, and you're going to point fingers, and you're going to get upset, and you're going to blame people and stuff like that, you should just leave crypto because it's not for you, right? If you don't have patience, you're going to lose in crypto. It's just that simple, right? So develop them or leave or get wrecked. I mean, those are really your options. Wait, Rob, you're telling me we don't have Mr. T's number? Yeah, I wish I had Mr. T's number. Call him on the phone right now. Bro, pump my bags. What's going on? All right, what do we got? BitMine Emerson accelerates ETH accumulation with $354.6 million purchase. BitMine has added 78,791 Ethereum to its holdings, spending approximately $354.6 million. The purchase brings the firm's total Ethereum holdings to 1,792,960 Ethereum, valued at over $8 billion. As Ethereum trades around $4,400, it also brings BitMine closer to its stated goal of acquiring 5% of the total ETH supply. This latest buy continues BitMine's aggressive Ethereum accumulation strategy. The publicly traded company, under the leadership of Tom Lee, announced its strategic pivot from Bitcoin mining to Ethereum accumulation in late June. That move was marked by a $250 million capital raised aimed to purchase Ethereum as the company's primary treasury reserve asset. The announcement led to a 3,000% surge in BitMine's stock price. Absolutely crazy. BitMine's pivot to Ethereum accumulation reflects the growing institutional interest in Ethereum this bull cycle. The trend contrasts sharply with previous cycles when Ethereum largely lacked sufficient corporate or institutional treasury backing. Alongside BitMine, other publicly traded ETH treasury firms, including SharpLink Gaming and BTCS, are seeing similar momentum. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Love to see them accumulating Ethereum. Big Kev, when billionaires say we should hold, we are not supposed to sell. We shouldn't ever listen to what they say in terms of telling you what to do with your money. I always put my pennies where they put their dollars. If they're buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, so am I, right? They can tell me not to, but if they are, I sure damn well are. I said that wrong. Anyway, all right, let's keep it going here, guys. What do we got over on Squawk Box? A pullback in the markets is probably healthy at this point, says Matt Powers. He wants a pullback.
Let's talk markets and some stocks to watch now with Matt Powers, president and managing partner of Powers Advisory Group. I want to ask you, first of all, just about the news of the week, because a lot of people have been surprised that the markets were so complacent to the news of President Trump saying he's fired Lisa Cook, the questions about Fed independence, about Fed credibility. How high of a bar do you think it is at this juncture to really break the market's confidence?
Great question. First of all, thanks for having me, guys. So I think right now we are, the markets are quiet. They're too quiet, probably. We're in that end of August time frame where it's kind of almost vacation and there's just not a lot happening right now. So, and we've got the VIX right now is at the low of the year. So, there could be some complacency setting in, and then the S&P is at touching all-time highs. So, there's not a whole lot of room for error right now. With that being said, history shows us, September, October are kind of seasonal. That's when volatility kicks up, and I wouldn't be surprised for us to see quite a bit of volatility. And quite honestly, a pullback in the markets is probably healthy at this point. I think it would create some buying opportunities.
So complacency, the potential for pullback, is that, you think, an opportunity to kind of readjust your portfolio, maybe crystallize some gains that you've experienced, put some hedges on? I mean, is it kind of that serious?
Yeah, you could say that. One thing that's happening right now, and it was the headlines yesterday, and I think it's even carrying into today, and we've had it for a couple of weeks, but we're in retail earnings season, and there's so much noise around that, so much with tariffs, so much happening, and it's chaotic. It's pretty hard to navigate, and if you look at that, we can take a company from yesterday. So you take Dick's Sporting Goods, that's $20 billion market cap. It's not massive like Walmart, but they beat on the top and the bottom line, and then they reaffirmed their guidance. So that was all expected, just that they've done that consistently. But, with Dick's, it's more than just one company. Retail's walking this fine line right now. So on one side, you've got the consumer is spending. We saw it with Walmart, with Target, TJ Maxx, Dick's for that matter. But the other side, we've got tariffs and how that's going to affect the consumer. So, we just feel like they're a pretty good look through because their business is broken up into three separate buckets. You've got footwear, you've got apparel, and then you've got hardline items. So like golf clubs, tennis rackets, equipment like that. Then they've got this tight relationship with Nike I think the wholesale relationship there is about 20%. After the Foot Locker deal, it should be closer to 30%. So, that's critical to them. And then lastly is Lululemon reports next week. So if Dick's is like the read on the middle market consumer, I think Lululemon's definitely the read on the high end consumer. So, it's kind of a little microcosm of the retail sector just in general, and discretionary sector in general.
So your bottom line is that the US consumer is strong and we're not heading to any sort of major turndown in the economy?
Yes and no. I just don't think that tariffs have been felt yet. I just don't think we felt the pain yet. It's a lot of these retailers front loaded their inventories ahead of tariffs. And, Walmart just said it. They were very upfront about it, that now they are replenishing, and week by week, they're seeing a lot of their costs increase from demand. That's going to trickle down to maybe the lower income, middle income consumer. And, I just think that the true test, to your point, the true test is going to be next quarter. I think that's when we're going to see the true effect of tariffs and how that's hit retail and the consumer.
Given where we are in that inflection point, how much of the ultimate tariff increases will be passed on to consumers, given the consumer appetite, the price sensitivity at this point in time, and then how much can the retailers take that in their own margin?
That's a great question. When it comes to tariffs, I mean, when they'll fully hit, how deep they'll run, that's unknown at this point. And like I said, it's very chaotic if you watch these earnings reports and how retail, you just saw Gap yesterday. They announced, I think it was over 100, I don't know the exact number, but a pretty substantial number that they weren't expecting they were gonna absorb with tariffs. So you just don't know. So, companies are trying to figure this out. They're pricing it into their earnings estimates, and, there's still unknowns there.
I wanted to touch on the market action yesterday and NVIDIA results as well, because quite interesting to see them down off pretty good numbers, but the NASDAQ rallying intraday yesterday. What did you make of all of that? Yeah,
so NVIDIA's numbers yesterday, it is interesting. That's a dream for any company, I feel like. So to have a 50% year over year, revenue growth, to have the guidance increase the way that they had, that's excluding China. So, with that, I don't think the AI trade's softening. I just think with NVIDIA, good isn't just good enough. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now. And the expectations are so high for the company for them to produce better than good earnings. And there's still trillions of dollars being poured into AI infrastructure. And like you had just said, NVIDIA's down, the market's up. That's a rarity yesterday. And I don't know if that's an early sign of potential broadening in the market.
Which would be a good thing, you think?
Broadening? In general, yeah, absolutely. So we've got these stretched valuations happening. That's well known. And, with this broadening theme, you can kind of say, so the S&P's trading at, I think, 24 times forward earnings, where the past decade it's traded at 20. The equal weight S&P, I think, is right around 19 times forward. And then you've got 8 of the 11 sectors in the S&P are actually at a lower forward PE than the index itself. So yeah, there's potential broadening I think you'll see happening, and there's some opportunities I think for investors outside of the mega cap space, with companies at good valuations, not necessarily entire sectors, but just companies that are attractive, that haven't kept up.
Yeah, in addition to Dick's, I see like FedEx and Zoetis as well.
Correct, yeah. So, you could say FedEx, both of them, it's kind of the same theme, and it's framed around dividend growth. That's a big thing we focus on. So both of them are excellent dividend growers, but they're FedEx, for example, the stock's off 16% year to date. You see what the industrial sector has done. It's performing very well, and it trades at a pretty low valuation compared to where it's been recently. So, they have a lot of cost-cutting measures in place, and just, companies like that, they're out there. It's a matter of finding them. So if you look at entire sectors, one of the concerns with an entire sector, you take the industrial side of things, you've got defense contractors, all the way to home builders. And then you've got, on the healthcare, you've got pharma to insurers. They're not all the same. Think United Health versus Johnson & Johnson. So that's why we like to kind of look at specific companies, right?
A dip would be healthy. Sean, I put my pennies where Rob puts his dollars. There you go. There you go. Gino, I'm going to join your Patreon today. My friend, you made me a lot of money with XCN and ZVEC. Thank you. Hey, absolutely, man. No problem. Listen, we actually have 3 open swing trades going on right now on our swing trade tier as well, guys. You're going to want to get in on that before it's too late, my friends. What else do we have? Ethereum whales accumulate 357 million in ETH. Bullish signal ahead. In a significant move that has caught the crypto community's attention, 4 whale addresses have collectively purchased $357.2 million worth of Ethereum over the past 2 days. As reported by Arkham Intelligence on August 28, 2025, the accumulation tracked via the platform's on-chain analytics reveals that large holders acquired 78,891 Ethereum from Falcon X at synchronized intervals. The coordinated buying spree, amidst the 2.6% dip in portfolio value to 357.24 million, has sparked speculation about whether these whales are strategically buying the dip, anticipating a bullish reversal. The timing of this accumulation is noteworthy, occurring as Ethereum's price hovers around $4,528, down 2.53% from the recent last session. Whale activity often serves as a barometer for market sentiment, and this substantial investment could signal confidence in Ethereum's long-term potential, especially with the ongoing upgrade and growing ecosystem. The involvement of Falcon X, a leading institutional crypto prime brokerage, further suggests that sophisticated investors are behind the move. Possible positioning for price surges. Wolf Bane, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. 50 push-ups. Analysts are divided on the implications. Some view this as a classic whale strategy to stabilize or drive the price, while others caution that it could reflect profit-taking if the markets turn bearish. Historical data from Arkham, known for its AI-driven blockchain insights, has previously highlighted whale movements that preceded significant market shifts. As of now, the crypto market watches closely, with Ethereum's next move potentially influenced by broader macroeconomic factors and institutional adoption trends. This development underscores the power of on-chain analytics in decoding whale behavior, offering retail investors a glimpse into the strategies of crypto's big players. So we saw 4 big whale wallets accumulate. We also saw BitMine accumulating a massive amount as well. So why are they accumulating so much? What do they know? And why are you sitting there like a sissy bear crying into your pillow that the market is red instead of putting your pennies where they put their dollars? They didn't become multimillionaires because they're stupid when it comes to investing. All right, what else do we have? Investors should brace themselves for more short-term bouts of volatility. Let's get ready to rumble.
Investors will pay close attention to the PCE inflation report due at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. Let's talk more about the markets with Kevin Mon, President and Chief Investment Officer at Hennian and Walsh Asset Management. Kevin, first of all, I just want to get your view on the market. This is last, obviously, trading day of August. You've studied this S&P rebound from the 5th worst start to the year to where we are today, back to record highs. How much longer do you think the rally can last?
Yeah, my major question is, where is all the volatility gone? Over the prior 20 weeks, the VIX has declined by 69%, the largest volatility crash on record. We've now had 20 record highs for the S&P 500 this year, following 57 record highs last year. We're trading at a current P of roughly 26, well above their 5 and 10-year averages. So how much longer can we run, and when will volatility return? I think investors should brace themselves for more short-term bouts of volatility, but that doesn't mean they should flee to the sideline, because there's still more growth opportunities ahead if you follow the money in terms of where all the spending is taking place. And where it's taking place, AI infrastructure and aerospace and defense.
So we, as I just mentioned, we get PCE later this morning. How much of the rally do you think are investors looking for different places to park their money that will outrun the potential for inflation, given all of the inflationary uncertainties, whether it pertains to immigration, tariffs, fiscal policy, where rates are headed? Is it, you know, as opposed to other asset classes, they could park their money. Stocks, especially growth themes that you mentioned, may have more potential to outrun that.
It matters. And right now, the core PCE estimate is for 2.9% year over year. Remember, this is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. I think if we're below 3.0, away we go with that first interest rate cut of 25 basis points in September. However,
remember that.
If we get a core PCE year over year number.
Remember that. He said if we're below 3.0, away we go. Here we go. Rate cuts coming. Remember that, because I got a piece we're going to get into after this. So make a note.
Remember, that's 3% or higher. The Fed may be on pause for yet another month. The market isn't expecting that. The market has already baked in a 25 basis point cut for September. So today's reading is very important.
Well, and another one for December. I mean, is that a risk then? Or will it just be a 2% move on the moment that the inflation data comes out? If people start to price out cuts again?
I think it would create a short-term bout of volatility, but there's still so much cash sitting on the sidelines right now, waiting to chase these returns that we're seeing in the stock market. I still think they go 2 times this year, one in September, one in December. But of course, I don't have a vote yet. They're not calling me asking for my input. But I think there's 2 rate cuts this year and 2 rate cuts next year.
So just to put a fine point on it, you think today's PCE reading could essentially pour cold water on the September cut notion, regardless of what we see next week for the jobs report for August, which has been so in focus. And I asked that against the backdrop of the speech in Jackson Hole by Fed Chair Jay Powell, where he talked much more about the conditions in the economy and the labor market relative to kind of price stability.
Yeah, I think it could pour some cold water, but I've been in the camp that they should have cut interest rates back in June, when they raised their forecast for unemployment to 4.5% this year, when they lowered their forecasted GDP growth to 1.4% this year. They believe GDP growth is going to stay below 2% for the next 2.5 years. If that's the case, they should have been more accommodative all the way back in June. But they're still concerned with the potential inflationary impact of tariffs, which is why they raised their inflation forecast to 3.1%. I think that's misguided. I think they're more concerned now about the labor market than they are with inflation. And that's why I still think that 25 basis point cut is in the cards for September, unless we get a really hot core PCE number this morning.
So, in saying that, 3% and above, no rate cut. 3%, or sorry, below 3% rate cut, okay? So, boom. Bitcoin rises as PC inflation hits 2.6%. We hit well below 3%, my friends. This is very, very good news, okay? The PCE price index rose to 2.6% year on year in July, spurring a jump in Bitcoin's price and highlighting market sensitivity to inflation data. The rise in PCE index suggests sustained inflation, prompting investors to move towards Bitcoin a potential hedge, causing an immediate market reaction. The July 2025 PCE increased by 2.6% year over year, triggered a notable reaction in cryptocurrency markets. Bitcoin's price experienced an immediate impact following data release, highlighting its correlation to macroeconomic indicators. So basically, we are most likely going to see a rate cut in September, probably another one in, I mean, he thinks December, could be sooner, could be September, October, or November. Either way, we'll probably see 2. Jimmy, my guy, thank you so much, man. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting the channel, my dude. As always, I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate you. So things are looking good, guys. Things that looked good. I think this is a little bit of a fake out, shakeout. So don't be scared. Don't be scared, right? Don't be whiny. Don't be scared. Work some overtime. Get some dry powder. And, you know, accumulate. That's all you can do right now, right? Let's go look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. We also, by the way, we'll look at the M2 as well. But yesterday, the M2 had put in a higher high. Bitcoin dominance, 58.18%, looking to fall below support. That's what we're waiting for here, guys. We want to see that support drop off. Let's get down to that 45% level on the Bitcoin dominance. Let's go look at the M2. All right. So M2, what is the M2 doing here? Oh. What the heck is going on here? I'm completely lost at this point. Where did my M2 money supply go? It just got removed completely. I don't know. TradingView just completely went crazy on me there. Sorry, guys. Let me get back to my M2 money supply. I can't find the indicator. I'll find it. Anyway, it went crazy on me. I apologize, guys. I don't know what just happened there. I had a glitch on my trading view. Let's go look at the total 2. Holding support. Total 2 is holding support nicely. Right at 1.55 trillion, waiting for a break to the upside. As Bitcoin dominance collapses, we're going to see this break up above resistance for a final close. This was the previous high, this white line. So we broke above that, but this seems to be resistance, 1.66. So that's what we need to watch there, guys. Anyway, I got to get out of here. I got some stuff to do. I got some content to make. I will be back later. Actually, no, maybe I'll be back later. We'll see. It is open mic Friday night. It is community weekends, guys, over on the Patreon. We have 3 open swing trades happening there right now if you want to get in on that. We're going to be doing some Copy Pro trading as well. I got a video popping up there today on the swing trade tier for that. So keep an eye out for all of that and more, guys. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.